Hi there, everybody. So today for this Is Teal episode, I decided to do something a little bit different. I was watching an interview, shall I say a cross-examination, on a very controversial figure in today's modern world who has very specific ideas about gender roles. And what I was watching was pretty sad, actually. It was the female interviewer who was interviewing this man completely falling apart based on getting so incredibly triggered. And what I'm watching in today's world is that most of us who are women can't make sense to men and can't hold rational conversation around gender roles because we're so freaking triggered about it. And in today's episode, I'm about to show you why women are so incredibly confusing when it comes to what role they want in today's world, and especially relative to the workforce. What I'm going to show you is specifically that there is a split within the consciousness of all women today. I'm going to say especially all women in the Western world. We have a part of us that wants the traditional gender role, and we have a part of us that doesn't want the traditional gender role. And most of us are unaware that these parts exist. I mean, women who are in the workplace will adamantly deny that they have the part that wants to be in the traditional role, and vice versa. So it's our failure as women to recognize these two parts within ourselves that makes it so that we give such a mixed message. Here's why the mixed message happens. When we get into this position where somebody's trying to pigeonhole us into a way of being, obviously if they're trying to pigeonhole us into breaking free of the traditional gender roles, it destroys the need of the aspects of us that want the traditional gender role. When we have somebody who's trying to pigeonhole us into the traditional gender role, then it goes against the needs of the other aspect of the split, the one that doesn't want the traditional gender role. So what happens is a third aspect of us steps forward, more of a protective personality that defends both perspectives. So it's basically defending both contradictory viewpoints. And so the result is a guy's like, okay, well, I don't know whether you want the door opened or not opened. I don't know whether you want to have kids or not have kids. I don't know whether you want a job or not. So I'm going to show you what this split looks like today. When we are dealing with an aspect of our consciousness, a part within us, it's really important to understand that we can't be politically correct, and we have to step completely into the perspective of just that part without any awareness of the other parts. So this is not going to be, when you're in a singular part, it's not going to look unbiased. It's going to look completely biased, and it's going to just be like verbal slaughter. So regardless of how much this may or may not trigger people, realize this is part of the work of shadow work. The first part that I'm going to show you is the part within women, specifically my part, that does want the traditional gender role for women. Okay. How are you feeling? I'm feeling like life is too hard. I'm feeling very slow. Like I'm feeling kind of like I want everything to be motivated from the inside. Like if I want to do something, I want to be able to choose to do that thing and not have it be a schedule that's laid out in front of me.
You seem to be like very fragile or soft.
Yeah, I feel soft. I don't feel very fragile, but I do feel soft. Yeah.
What do you want to be doing?
I just wanted to do it. It's almost like my being functions on intuition and inspiration. So it's like I want to let life come through me instead of lead life. Does that make sense?
How do you feel about jobs?
It's like instead of like going forward at everything, I sort of want to like be receptive to what life happens through me. How do I feel about jobs? I don't want one, because that's the thing. If I commit to something 100%, like a job, then it means I can't do what I want. It's like when the tides change, I can't go with it. It's like I have to go against it. I don't know how to do the same thing every day and be okay. And I'm like so soft. I'm actually looking for somebody to lead me. I want to be led. I don't want the pressure of having to lead. It almost feels good to me to like just be following. But I can hear the other part saying that's wrong. I'm waiting for your prompts too. Like I can't lead this.
I've noticed. But it almost seems like I should tell you what to do.
No, I'm not. This is the thing. It's not that I'm trying to be told what to do. It's that life happens through me. So when you say something, that creates a reaction in me, and I respond to the reaction. I'm like very responsive.
Okay, so completely receptive.
Totally.
So
I'm totally receptive.
Okay. And you create from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you give me something and that comes through me as something else. And I love that. And I like this, I feel very fluid in this role, and I feel like really beautiful.
Like a flower.
Yeah. And in this role, like I don't want to have to harden myself. That's what I don't want, is to be hard. Like I don't want to be hard and have to protect myself against anything. Like I want to be protected totally, and I want to be taken care of. Like I want to be in a safe box, but the way that box is, or the way that being owned in that way is like it doesn't keep me trapped in any way. It like enables me, it feels like, to become wider. So I feel like with everything being harsh and with no protection, I'm like limited in that way. I feel tight, but like having a box around me, like a man that's protecting me completely, makes me feel like I can totally unfold. Like there isn't a limit to me. And that's the thing, I want life to, I don't want to have to do life the way that life needs me to do it. It's like, if winter comes, I'm going to be acting different. Then if fall comes, then I'm going to be acting different. If summer comes, and then I'm going to be acting different if I'm 17, and I'm going to be acting different if I'm 80. I'm like very flowy. And that's what bugs me about society. I feel like if I get pregnant, right? What I have to do is like totally open myself to just allowing that process to take place. But then if somebody says, sorry, you have to wake up at this time regardless of how you're feeling, and you have to go to sleep at this time regardless of whether you want to stay up, or you have to work, it doesn't matter if you're exhausted, or you have to. Like I'm not going to be able to let that process take place.
So how do you feel about kids?
Is this part, I like them there. But I feel like they're their own beings, so I kind of feel like I can just sort of open up and let them happen. And by giving them any sort of energy, they sort of become what they're meant to become. And it's natural for me to give energy. I actually see that as part of receptivity. That's funny. But I see it as me totally receiving a person, actually, when I see what their needs are and when I can meet those needs. What do you want to know?
How do you feel about the other part?
I'm terrified of that part.
Why?
Because she's made me so wrong. Like, so wrong. You know, I really want, and that's the thing, like, I really want a man to be a man. I want him to open a door for me so I can go through it. I want him to protect me. I want him to, like, take responsibility for me, actually. And I don't feel like that necessarily makes me, like, any less of a person. I feel like if we have specific gender roles, then, like, my role is valuable. But that one's telling me that my role is not valuable. And that it's embarrassing. So I've been basically told that I'm embarrassing.
How do you feel about today's society?
And that's the thing. When I'm living life according to that other part, then people get me in trouble for not being more like me. And when I'm more like me, people get me in trouble for not being more like that part. So I'm really confused and stuck. And I feel like it's wrong for me to admit that I want the things that I want, because it's just embarrassing. That's basically what I've been told.
So how do you feel about today's society?
It's scary. It's really scary. I feel like I have to be really, really brave and get really, really tight and hard in order to face it. And I feel like I have to deny parts of myself and like override parts of myself, and it hurts. It really hurts.
So do you feel like there's space for you?
No. Like none. Yeah, but none. There's no space for me, but at the same time society says, well, you need to make space for you. That's not, that's like defies the whole point of me. I can't make space for me. That's a forceful thing, and I'm not forceful. It's like my power is my openness, basically. I'm not forceful.
You're receptive.
I don't want to be on camera anymore.
I can tell. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, but I'm in a war right now with this other part, so.
We can talk to the other part.
Okay, I'm really anxious about that. Now what we're going to do is meet the aspect that is opposite the one that we just saw. We're going to see the part that doesn't want the traditional gender roles of female. I could already feel this is bad. Okay. I need my hair. I hate this. I already hate this. I don't even want to be here, so. What do you guys want me to talk about?
Well, what do you want to be doing?
Basically proving everyone wrong. If you want to know the honest truth.
How so?
I'm sick of people looking at me and saying just because I'm a female I can't accomplish something. I'm sick of people making me trapped. That's what I feel. I feel trapped by absolutely everybody. And I am infuriated at this point. People say that I can't be this way, and they say that I can't be the other way. And I don't want that one to exist because everybody just says it's pathetic and embarrassing. And frankly, I think it's pathetic and embarrassing, and I'm super mad about it. I'm mad that when I have a period, I can't feel the same way that my male colleagues feel. I'm angry that that the school that my son goes to calls me and not my son's father. I'm angry right now because when I put just as much energy into providing for my son that a man would, he's considered a good dad and I'm considered a failure as a mom. This is like where all my pain is. It's like this part, actually. I can't win. And I can't stop it. I can't not be the other way. I want to just like cut it out of my being so I don't have to feel this way. I don't want to cry like this. It's embarrassing. It's like everybody just tells me, well, you're a female and you're freaking emotional, so don't be emotional. Alright, I'm not emotional. Let me fight with you for 5 hours. Let's do it. I don't know what you guys fucking want from me.
So you feel like you're getting a mixed message too?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you need to be a man to survive?
Yes.
So why are you in pain right now?
Because I can't be. Because if I try as hard as I can't be. I just have to act like it, and then I have to go sit in my hotel room and cry because I can't be. And it's annoying because I am as good as they are. And I'm not just trying to say that because I wish I was. I am just as smart. My ideas are just as good. I am just as educated. But it's 10 times harder for me to prove it. And this is what I feel like everybody's missing. It's like there's so much fucking pain involved in being a woman today that I don't know how to function. And I feel like my only answer is to get rid of that aspect you just talked to. And I don't just want to be trapped in the house because I'm a woman. I don't want to be in the house all day long. I don't want to take care of my kid all day long the way that you expect a mom to take care of a kid all day long. I like wish I had people to help. I feel like I have no help nowadays. You know?
Yeah. What would your life look ideally?
Like I'd be living in a group of with a group of people. I like need people. I'm mad because I feel myself deflating already, is this aspect. I just want to do what I want to do. What I want is freedom. And I don't want it to be wrong when I want something. You know? Like, if I want to have a certain job, I want to be able to have that job, but in a way that doesn't destroy me, and I don't feel like that's possible.
Well, would you say that society's set up that way?
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah, it's set up that way. I canceled, like, can I tell you the honest truth?
Yeah.
I had to cancel one of my events because I was having a miscarriage. Now, basically, when I called and said I had to do that, that event company didn't want to work with me anymore. No man has to fucking face that. And no man has to deal with pumping their breast so that your child can eat when you go to work every day. Or the feeling of failure that you're not the one holding them through that process. But then if you do that, you've got that same society telling you that you've just given up as a female and you've gone back to the 1950s. It makes me angry. It's like, which damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you're a woman that chooses to be at home with your child, now suddenly you're a threat to the entire progression of women's liberation. And if you choose to work, like, you are a failure as a mother and as a wife, and you're expected to do all of it at the same time. Like, I mean, all of it. Like, that's what I feel. I feel so much pressure. Like, I have to keep together, and I have to do all of it. That's what I literally feel like. I have to do all of it. I have to get done doing a speaking engagement. I have to throw down my books, and I have to immediately start singing to my son and figure out what he's doing for homework. And by the end of the day, I'm so exhausted that there's no room for a good relationship. And then they say, well, you're a failure because your relationships have failed. And I feel like none of us can win. And I want people to see what I'm good at. I really want my excellence to be recognized. I don't even want it to be like, oh, she's amazing for a woman. Like, that sucks. Why can't I just be amazing? Like, why can't a woman engineer just be an amazing engineer? Like, they always have to write in the stuff that they write about you in the press. They always have to write, oh, she's an amazing female engineer. Like, to say that we're out of the day of sexism is complete and total BS. Besides, I don't even feel like I can be passionate. Like, I'm passionate right now, and people are going to perceive me as being an angry bitch, and that's statistically proven. It's statistically proven. This is science now at this point, that if you sit down a group of people, and they all watch videos of a woman talking at the same tonality of passion as a man is in a strong form of leadership, and a woman is angry and bitchy.
So it sounds like you can't win.
That's what I feel like. I want to be able to work really bad at what I want to do, but it's not about I want to work. It's not even about, like, providing. I don't really care about providing, actually. It's not about providing. I just have to do that. It's about the fact that I want to be excellent at my craft. That's a human right. That's not a female or a male right. I want to be excellent at my craft, and I want to be able to take it to the, like, highest level that I can possibly take that. But I want to do it without absolutely destroying all the things in me that are female. I don't want to do that and have to become hard instead of soft. I don't want to have to do that and deny the fact that I have a monthly cycle. I don't want to do that and have it destroy my son's life. I want more support, actually, for me as a woman. Like, I want community. So that when, you know, when I have to do my craft, there's another woman watching the kids. And when she does her craft, maybe I'm watching the kids. Like, I want it to be this exchange so that it's not either or.
And from the sound of it, it sounds like you will naturally want to take care of your kid and then naturally want to do your job and then...
That's the problem. I want to do both. That's what nobody's getting. I want to do both, I just don't know how. And I feel like the way that life has been set up here, it's almost impossible. I'm sick of having to prove myself. I feel like I have to work twice as hard. I have to work twice as hard because in order to succeed, I have to deny an entire part of myself that I've been told is embarrassing. I don't know, is it embarrassing? Maybe it's embarrassing to want to be led and to want to be provided for. Maybe it's embarrassing to want to be protected, but I do. And that's the truth. I just wish that, like, those desires didn't make me somehow less of a human or person. Less respect-worthy. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I'm, like, really, really tired. Like, really, 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 really tired. I want to be more feminine, but I don't want that to decrease my level of success, and that's the truth. And I don't want somebody telling me I should be either or. And now that I say that, there's actually more alignment between this other aspect and me. It's just...
Well, it sounds like
in today, we don't actually have contradictory desires. It's just in today's world, it seems that there is no way to create both. You know? Okay, so sitting here is this part. I want there to be a fusion between this part and me. So what now? How do I create that?
First, well, do you feel like, are you the protector for the other part?
I don't know. No, in a way, yeah. In a way, no. Like,
what are you? That's because it sounds like the other one's femininity. Are you how she had to cope in order to be in this society, or what are you?
no, I feel like I'm the part. I'm a natural part of her.
Okay.
But I'm told that I'm an oppositional force to that other aspect. I'm told I'm a contradiction. I'm told I get to be either or. I don't get to be both. I'm told that if I'm that, I'm a disgrace in the workforce, and if I'm this, no one will ever date me or want to marry me, or I'll be a crappy mother.
So either like feminine or super strong and forward moving.
Yeah. That's the thing, it's not even about forward moving and success for me, actually. As a woman, what it is for me is about excellence of a craft.
Yeah, that was new.
And I like it when that brings return. I'm sick of having to prove myself. That's what it feels like. Constant proving myself. And I don't feel like everyone else, especially men, are asked to do that. And I'm not stupid. I don't feel like this world is easy for men either. I feel like it's just as confusing. I feel like all men have a split now, too. What's really hard for me though is when men look at me in the face and they say, like, you need to choose one or the other. Okay, you want your freedom, then we're not going to take care of you anymore. That's what I feel like the message from men is. If you want your freedom and you don't want to belong to me as an object, then you get to take care of yourself. Have fun fending for yourself, but make me dinner too, or else you're a bitch. And I realize that men are just as angry. They have just as conflicting of a message to share with us. I'm scared of getting in trouble by men right now. I'm in a lot of pain. That's what I need people to see. Because I can't have these two aspects be together.
Well, it sounds like it's not working, right? you've been trying it this way. It's not working. And becoming hard isn't really working.
No.
Because it sounds like you want to be soft too.
Yeah. I don't feel like being soft is a... I feel like I can still lead when I'm soft. I feel like I'm still just as smart when I'm soft. Yeah. But I'm being told that that's so wrong.
It's not.
Not just so wrong. I'm being told that that's going to make it so I can't succeed in what I want to be doing professionally. If I wear a summer dress, nobody's going to take me as seriously as if I wear a business suit. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this, actually. I don't want to be a man. Yeah, like, I don't want to be a man, but I feel like I have to be.
Well, reality is society isn't set up that way right now, right? You do have to fight. But I feel like it starts with us taking steps of, like, I'm not going to do it this way anymore.
I'm ready for that.
Okay. So would you like to be in the middle?
Would I like to be in the middle?
Meaning that you can be teal in the middle.
Yes. Okay. So now that we've explored both of those parts, I am now going into the center perspective, which is that I am both of these parts, and by being both, I am, by definition, neither polarized aspect. So, stepping into this type of a place, I'm looking at them as if I'm looking at two people that were in the room. What really surprised me is that I was convinced before I got into this today that the aspect that would be more in pain was the feminine aspect, because it's the one that's being suppressed to such an extreme degree. But actually, more pain is contained in the aspect that has had to compensate for that. That was a surprise. They don't like hate each other also. You know, I anticipated, maybe inside some women they do take more of a hating each other type of a expression, but what has surprised me is the fact that they're so on board with each other they just don't know how to make space for the other. One thing to understand about this is that when you expose a split aspect of being or polarity to the light of consciousness, actually an alchemical process takes place whereby the merging of these two polarized aspects begins to happen. So sitting in this space, being able to look at what was said in both of these aspects, and also being in this space where this alchemical process has begun to take place, what is coming to me is the complete awareness that what women really want is freedom. What women really want is freedom to be themselves, first and foremost. And it has felt as if we can't do that, because either society tells us that we have to be stuck in the mother role, or else society says that we have to abandon, you know, all of the aspects that would be traditionally female, including our role within relationships with men, to fight as a man. And that's what it felt like in that role, is almost like in order to compete for any kind of success or what I'm wanting in terms of the perfection of my craft, then I have to become like a man and deny all those aspects so as to compete with them. And so what has become really super obvious and apparent to me is that I want what I want as a woman, and what women want genuinely is for there to be a different structure to society so that we can actually be in the flow. And that if it was that type of structure that society had created, I don't know what that is exactly right now because I haven't been planning in this direction yet. If we were able to create this kind of structure, I feel like women's craft and perfection within their craft could actually be much greater than it is today. And what I'm realizing from being in this part is, and the real breakthrough of this work between these two aspects of consciousness, is that the aspect that is trying to compensate for, the aspect of me that was more, the traditional female role that it was rejecting, is done doing this, because what it really actually wants is to be able to express its femininity. And what it has realized is that softness is not weakness, any more than water is weakness. I think the real beauty that came out of this work with these two splits today is the fact that what I want to do from this day forward is to be even more authentic to who I really am. Meaning, I want to bring that softness forward as part of the perfection of my craft, as opposed to deny it in favor of the perfection of my craft, as if there is some kind of oppositional force or contradiction that is inherent with them. I feel like this is really what needs to happen in the world, and what I'm committed to now is that there doesn't need to be a contradiction between the perfection of our craft within the workplace and what we define as feminine. And we definitely need a lot more intentional communities, because as women, we need, if we're going to be doing this, we need to not be the ones solely responsible for the caretaking of our children. Not that we were ever meant to be doing that in the first place. Man, that was incredible. Well, I will leave you to seeing what that stirred up within you and whether you resonated with it. And I will encourage every one of you that are women out there to work with the split within you, to work with the aspect of you who wants the traditional female role and the aspect of you that doesn't want the traditional female role, and see if you can find harmony between these two polarized aspects. Because I can guarantee you will be in much more of a position of strength. And I can guarantee you that if you solve this within you, this massive wound that is bleeding within all women is not going to be poked so intensely so as to get us into a space where we're defending contradictory truths and nobody understands where we actually stand. So it's my hope today that by virtue of you seeing the work that I just did, you understand more about women, if you're a woman or a man. Have a good week.